left Christianity and fundamentalist churches, I noticed that social Christian outings can be extremely manipulative, where they expect members to bring new people in, or the reason for the event is to bring in new people into the church setting. I've talked before how Christians expect their members to evangelize and to bring in more people. Members especially, who do this are highly regarded. They're usually very good friends with the pastor, and they're held up as the epitome of a Christian church member. People who aren't steadily bringing in new people are very much ostracized. And it's not an abnormal thing. And let me explain. In most denominations, it's expected for people to evangelize and get the word out. They're supposed to bring in people. Anyone who doesn't bring in people is considered a subpar Christian. This is why I don't like Christianity. If you took out the God part and you took out the religious part, any institution or organization that purposely chooses people, who goes out of their way to get people in the doors, incentive, bribery, whatever, desperation, we would call out these groups as, what are you doing? This is very cult-like. And it's so normalized, people actually think it's normal. You look at places like Nexium, the extremely controversial self-help group that had high-ranking members go out into the world and electronically, physically, in person, get people in the doors. They manipulated, they they fished people. They got people in the doors. And what was the end result? All the new members had a tattoo, women especially, burned into their skin the initials of the leader. This is the kind of behavior I'm talking about. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that churches are branding people. Not in the physical way, anyway. There's something about Christianity that sets people up to get people in the door. We talked about last time how music at altar calls and prayer is extremely manipulative. The music, the scenario, the emotional priming, very, extremely emotionally manipulative. They have events, and I'm talking about Baptists here. Baptists have events that cater to kids, getting kids in the door so that parents are likely to follow. In June, we have VBS, Vacation Bible School. And unsuspecting mothers will send their kids there. It's free babysitting. The kids are subjected to indoctrination, whether or not they're, legally able to understand what's going on. And I don't fault them much. mothers at all. Single, desperate mothers, I don't fault them. I have so much compassion for them. I don't have compassion for groups that prime kids. They prime emotional people. Every event is to get people into the church. It's meant to find like-minded people. It's some form of adherence to assimilation. And we've talked about before how churches don't offer things for anyone over 22, under 40, who are not married or dating. And it checks out. All church events, the goal is to get people in the seats and money in the offering plate. Everything churches do is to get money or additional members. And how is that different from a theater? Theaters sell. It's transactional. For a group like a church to run like a theater is like, what the F is going on? It's not supposed to run like that. Churches, it's a business, but it shouldn't be. Churches are run like they're a business. And churches shouldn't be a business. Their business is helping people. And it shouldn't be about anything but helping people. But somewhere along the line, it does become what we don't want it to be. And it becomes something very different. It does become something really different. And that's why I always tell people, where you go, who targets you when you are desperate, tells me everything I need to know about people. And it's really true. I'm a very simple person. I understand that many people don't understand how church works. It's pretty simple. I'll even explain it to you. Churches are notorious for using what I call cult-like behavior to get what they want. It's not a surprise. And honestly, if you are surprised, like, why? Why are you surprised? It is what it is. You cannot say otherwise. Churches manipulate people. Why? No one will call them out. No one will call them out. We saw recently how a woman called around different churches in a city. And very few Christian churches would help her. Muslim mosques, other kind of places would help her, but yeah, most churches would not. And churches want money. They want people in the seats. But how well do they take care of the people they have in the seats? How well? That's the question. Manipulation works. Doesn't make it okay, and it doesn't make it right. It just makes it exist. And if churches didn't use half of the manipulation techniques that they're known for using, people would have seen through manipulation years ago. And there's a reason why Christianity is losing the most members of any church, denomination, religion. People are now starting to see how manipulative church services, church music, church events are. And for a group that openly targets kids, they still have the audacity to say, why are you targeting the kids? Why are you indoctrinating kids? Because every event in church is to get kids in the door or for parents to bring their kids. If that's not targeting innocent, naive people and dumb parents, I don't know what is. They are experts in manipulating and emotionally priming people. And if you do a simple Google search, you can figure out what kind of things they also do.